Man who posted a video of himself slicing a bottle with a samurai sword was charged in court on Monday. Joel Ezekiel, 49, was handed one charge of possessing a knuckle duster without lawful purpose. Singapore police said they received a report about the video on October the 28th. In it, Ezekiel is seen brandishing the sword before aiming it at a plastic bottle on top of a water drum on a stool. The top of the bottle is sliced off by his blade. He was arrested at a residential unit along York Hill on the same day of the report. A raid of his house uncovered more weapons, including a butterfly knife, a flock knife, and a knuckle duster. Drug paraphernalia was also found, and he's being investigated for drug-related offenses by
Okay, hi guys, and welcome to another video. I hope all of you are in good health and in the best of spirits. Today, we are going to talk about a recent incident involving a video of a man demonstrating the slicing edge and capability of his samurai sword. Now, although this channel primarily focuses on the subject of the kris, but it does overlaps with the subject of arms in Singapore. So without further ado, let's dive into it right now. Hey, if we are meeting for the first time, my name is Keris Johari, better known as Pak Jofe, the Keris Collector from Singapore, your personal guide to the exciting world of the kris and its collecting culture. If you are a fan of history, art and mythology, embodied into these traditional daggers that we natives of the Malay world refer to as the kris, be sure to subscribe and join our community right here on the Keris Collector YouTube channel. Recently, a video went viral of a man showing off how sharp his samurai blade was by slicing a bottle in half. And while it might have seemed cool to some, the circumstances surrounding it were, let's just say, not so cool. The video demonstration was not shot in the privacy of his home, but rather it was recorded in public. Such acts contravenes with the regulations on public order and the Offensive Weapons Act. So yes, this may be an offense he might be charged with. But the story did not end there. Upon further investigation, items like knuckle dusters, butterfly knives, and flick knives were discovered in his possession at home. Now, as I have mentioned in my previous video on import requirements, I have included links direct from Singapore Police Force website that lists a variety of prohibited and controlled items. As you might have concluded by now, the additional items found in the man's possession are under the classification of prohibited items in Singapore, meaning there is no way you can legally own such items in your possession if you are residing here in Singapore. If you have not watched that video, I suggest you do so at your leisure for a deeper dive. Now, alternatively, I will also include the link to that listing in this video's description. From this incident, which we all can use as a valid case study for us to learn something out of it, there are 5 critical takeaways that we all need to take heed of. Firstly, if you are ever considering to acquire a controlled item or bladed weapon types for this matter, if you are acquiring it from overseas, an import permit will be required. There is no workaround to it. As long as a bladed weapon measures beyond 30 centimeters, it will be regarded as a sword and the necessary permits and license will be needed. Period. Secondly, I must emphasize the importance of this next point. If you are acquiring controlled items within Singapore itself, please always make your purchase from dealers who have a valid license to deal in arms. Simply buying it over from a friend, unless he is a licensed dealer, is a no-go. There is an offense committed here if your local purchase is not from a licensed dealer. Thirdly, prohibited items like the ones found in the man's home are outright not allowed here in Singapore. If you are unsure if the weapon type you intend to collect is prohibited or not, always refer to the guidelines provided by our Singapore Police Force. If you have learned something new from today's video, do have a care and remember to subscribe, like and share if you would. Your support will help this video reach out to other kris enthusiasts out there and will allow them to discover and explore deeper into the facets of kris collecting in upcoming episodes. Fourth point here. If you need to convey your collection of weapons from one place to another by means of public transport, perhaps say you are moving to a new residence or you have been invited to a private exhibit, please ensure they are in a covered bag or case. I personally prefer these hard cases whereby I can secure them with additional padlocks and include a GPS tracker within it to ensure safety and security and to minimize public alarm. Fifth and final point I would like to address here is with regards to weapon demonstrations in public. Now, as a collector, I can empathize that most of us are proud of our collections and are more than eager to demonstrate its proper use. However, we are also obligated to not cause unnecessary alarm to members of the public. As such, I do not encourage to perform such demonstrations in open view of the public without lawful justification to do so, unless the demonstrations are done in private, away from public view. With regards to video demonstrations, even if recorded away from public view, say within the confines of your home or a private recording studio of your own, I advise discretion on the type of demonstration being performed. Such recordings should not be suggestive of violent acts that may cause unnecessary distress and alarm to the audience watching it. So these are the 5 key points that I urge all collectors and enthusiasts of weaponry here in Singapore to take heed of. We must be mindful not to abuse or disrupt the current regulations established by the lawful authorities. Flouting the rules may result in additional restrictions that may impede our enjoyment of this hobby of collecting in the future. So I urge everyone to respect the regulations, and when in doubt, by all means, please consult the more experienced among us. Do share your thoughts and questions in the comments below, and let's weave the future of kris collecting together. Thank you for watching today's video until the end. If you need a refresher on the steps of applying an import permit, check out that video right here. Until my next video, keep learning, keep exploring, and treasure the stories that unfold with each piece added into your collection. I'll see you in my next video. Happy collecting!
نعيدكم بالعيد بنسألكم ليش ما في عنا